sure that the child who's sitting in my class will become a mathematician, or if I'm teaching them laws of light in physics, is my child going to become a physicist? There, I have to see to it that my subject is a vehicle to teach them the life skills. Whatever monument you have in the city or around the city that you have, you can take your children to visit that monument for a outbound trip. My duty is not only to finish my syllabus. My duty is not to complete my curriculum, to prepare them for exam. They have to write a bit bigger exam than the life exam. So we have to prepare our students for that. So without skills, we are like a pizza base, which is tasteless, like a piece of bread. But each skill set that we add, it's like whether you want to add some cheese and some whatever toppings, onions, or whatever is of your liking, some oregano, etc. So that is, each skill set is like that topping which makes that pizza tasty. They say that it takes a village to raise a child. That means, as Sir was saying in the beginning, that the child takes experiences from all around, be it just the family, the people who come to work, or during the child is traveling from home to school. Everywhere, each bit is adding to the child's learning. As teachers, as educators, what do we have to do so that each part of this child's journey becomes a learning experience? This is what we are here, and wonderful topic that has been given, that is learning beyond classrooms, connecting with nature and community, because all these add to us. So in this, you may take notes also, because I'm not able to present my video or my PPT, but I'm sure I will be able to communicate well, and you all will be able to understand what I'm trying to say. So first thing, my dear educators from various fields, as I get to know that we have people from different parts of India and some from outside also. So the first thing that we have to remember, that the subject that I'm going to take in my class is only a vehicle to teach my students life skills and social skills. Subject is only a vehicle. Because, am I right, Sri Kumar sir? Am I going through it? Okay. What do we mean by this topic? That subject is a vehicle. For example, if I'm teaching mathematics, theories, theorems, and linear equations, whatever, but I'm not sure that the child who's sitting in my class will become a mathematician, or if I'm teaching them laws of light in physics, is my child going to become a physicist? It's not necessary that the child will even take sciences or mathematics. So then what is my job as an educator in my class? So there I have to see to it that my subject is a vehicle to teach them the life skills. And for this purpose, I have to take them even out of the classroom sometimes. For example, recently we did action research at our school, education through monuments. Usually, monuments are understood to be used for teaching purpose of history, or at the most geography. But with these monuments, we collaborated. The teachers sat together, and we created one module where languages, mathematics, science, that is chemistry, physics, biology, everything was brought together. I would like to know from anyone, if it is possible, Sri Kumar sir, that do you think that if I'm taking, let's say, Qutub Minar, that is there in Delhi, because I come from Gurugram, and we had taken Qutub Minar as our monument. So would anyone like to say or write in the chat box that how Qutub Minar can be used to teach? I've opened the chat box and I'm trying to see if there is any communication, that how Qutub Minar can be used to teach different subjects, whatever comes to you, to your mind. Anyone? Yes, we can use it for history, maths, or English. Wonderful. So history, yes, Qutub Minar would be used to teach history. Everyone says that. We can teach English because the children can write maybe we are asked them to write few things in his English, maybe when they travel to Qutub Minar, they write a short note on that, factual description in English. Good. So language and history we are doing. And I can see that people are writing about mathematics too. Great. So maths, wonderful. Many of us, wonderful. Frustum, I get this. And who is writing this? Anupma Sharma is telling me that we can teach mathematics, frustum, trigonometry. You have got wonderful team audience here, and science also. We can anyone tell me how can we teach chemistry or science here? Maybe chemistry. So I'll tell you. Qutub Minar is made up of red sandstone, and red sandstone can we learn in chemistry capillary action. So through the capillary action, water rises in the, I can read many comments that are coming up about iron pillar, etc. So let me just complete one part. So capillary action we teach in chemistry. And when water rises up in the Qutub Minar sandstone, red sandstone building, the Minar, there is evaporation. Evaporation is also a part of chemistry. We teach it there. Okay, so what we have done, we have taken students out into nature. We have taken them for an outbound trip. They are happy, and in the playful manner, they are learning science, that is chemistry, physics, because if the height of Qutub Minar is that much, what would be the potential energy that the MGH, mass into gravitational pull into height, they can pull? Why not Hindi? Yes, Abhishek sir, we can teach Hindi also. Everyone is writing English. Why not? We can have. In fact, I was going to ask that. Why only English? We can learn Hindi, or for that matter, any language that the children, the third language that the children are studying, that can be done. And people are saying evaporation also comes in geography, no doubt. Evaporation comes in geography and chemistry both. Okay, and when we have iron pillar, learning about iron pillar, why rusting, etc., experimentation, all that can be taught. So this is just one bit. So my dear audience, whatever monument you have in the city or around the city that you have, you can take your children to visit that monument for a outbound trip, and once they come back, they can even there, like for mathematics, the trigonometry, etc., they can calculating the height of Qutub Minar, etc., that can be done. So some part of the study can be done at the monument, and some part of the study can come when they come back to their schools. Then they can also discuss about, like when we talk about NEP, we say that they have to learn about communication, critical thinking, collaboration, and creativity. So here they will also do some experimentation on why Qutub Minar has been built. It's a tall minaret, and why the minarets have this kind of a structure. So they can do some experimentation with some paper glass, etc. And then they can work on it, that if it is even a paper glass can hold how much of weight. So they can learn about creating a minaret and from some paper glasses or newspaper articles, etc., and then do some experimentation. So this is going beyond. And rightly said, as you said, they learn from the various people whom they come across. So working with NGOs all around, or the economically weaker section, teaching them about various hand wash techniques or hygiene, etc. So this also tells the students about that they have to be sensitive about their community. They have to be sensitive about the needs of the community. And also they will respect what all they have already received, they have got. Um, so that is another thing that we wanted. Then taking the students to garden for a biology class. Okay, they can be taken to the learning the life cycle of a moth, life cycle of the butterfly. All these things will really help them. Art integration is another topic that
No, no.
yes,
You are on.
anyone wants to ask something? Okay, uh, fine. So art integration has been really talked of these days, and especially NEP 2020 talks of that how art integration should be inculcated in the in our day-to-day curriculum, so that the children learn the beauty of maybe the performing arts and the visual arts, because this, when integrated, will make our subjects more lucid and wonderful, and they will be able to understand. uh, Someone is also writing that these through education through monuments, we can also teach moral science. Why not? We can teach them moral science also. And morals and values, usually we say they are better caught than taught. So when the teacher is taking them for a trip, so they catch those values, the way the teacher is handling the class, all these things. And Chitravarnan, or write about a given picture. Yes, Sujata ma'am is writing that they can write about a given picture, so that will include their creativity. Wonderful audience that we have, and wonderful interaction that you people are doing. I'm really loving it. So here, what I want to say, nowadays people are losing the value of gratitude. Everyone is asking about that. Their people are becoming, we as society are becoming materialistic. And uh, through, when we go out of the class, we can also teach the students the magic of gratitude. How do we do that? Can anyone tell me how can we do a magic of gratitude when we take the students out of the class? We can do a gratitude to the wonderful greenery that is all around. The children can come back and write a letter of gratitude to maybe the person who created, all the laborers who created that minaret, or they worked on it, the architecture, anything that comes to their mind. Okay, so they can write a letter of gratitude also. We can show all this by creating animation on computer. Yes, we can do that. So computers can also be taken care. So we will now, dear audience, we are moving from the monuments to another topic. Okay, so we are just trying to know that what are the various ways in which we can take the students outside the class, and maybe inside the class also. We are taking care that it is not purely completion of a syllabus. We have to see to it that my subject is, I'm using it to uh, give them some life skills. Okay, so by thanking the nature, by thanking God, by respecting and safeguarding nature. Wonderful, Mr. Abhishek, you have written it. Yes, this is something that we all have to give to our students. So as teachers, as educators, we have to remember that my duty is not only to finish my syllabus. My duty is not to complete my curriculum, to prepare them for exam. They have to write a bit bigger exam than the life exam. So we have to prepare our students for that. So one thing that we talked about is like education through monuments. Second, we said that we can do some gallery walks. And second thing that I'm bringing to you is gallery walk and nature walk. Wonderful concepts, my dear educators. You can use it in your classroom, in your teaching practice. How do we do gallery walk? Suppose you have to teach history. Okay, so the students can be involved to create to do some research. Let's say it is the Satyagraha Andolan of Gandhiji. So they do some research there, and different students can be groups of students can be given different tasks of the time period, and they can bring some pictures. Through those pictures, they can be put in a row. In a corridor can be given to the students, and a small write up can be written below the picture, that what was this, the Dandi March when Gandhiji is traveling. So all those things can be done. So do you think teaching them on a board about the that is chalkboard, or we all, most of us have smart boards these days, so teaching them on smart boards will bring that kind of effect? Or when the students have themselves done some research, prepared a whole gallery, and they are having that aha moment of, because they'll be presenting it to other class also. Suppose one section is doing the gallery, the other sections are coming to, so that thing that I am presenting will also be a good thing, and this will remain forever in their minds. And they will also take the four C's, the collaboration they have done, the critical thinking, the IMT that is there in the 21st century skills, that is media technology, that each child has to learn, that also we are bringing. So gallery walk is a wonderful experimentation that you can do, my dear educators, and you should take them out of the classroom and prepare such galleries. I have just given you example of Satyagraha Andolan. Maybe you can also use it for maybe a biology chapter or a physics chapter, where you can see galleries. Someone's mic is on. So galleries can be prepared whenever you have to do a sequence of events. Then that can be done. In chemistry, one after the other. What did Dalton say? What did Rutherford say? So all those galleries can be put one after the other, and the students will be able to do. Now coming to another part, that is nature walk. So that, as the name suggests, that you are taking the students for a nature walk, and through that they are learning various subjects. They can study mathematics, the younger ones, by measuring the width of a particular flower bed, or the length of the flower bed. Or they can also do some experimentation about how much the girth of a particular tree is, and how it is increasing. The younger one has how much girth, and how much is the circumference of the other, the bigger tree. So all that kind of experimentation for with the little ones is really great. And when they go out in gardens, obviously it is a beautiful sight when they go and play. And with that, their butterflies are there, they can do the life cycles, the different types of leaves, all that. So we have to bring them back to nature, because there's too much of technology. Yes, we cannot do away with technology at all. But with that, it is our duty as educators to know that we have to connect them with nature. Because nowadays, we are becoming so self-centered. All of us just glued to our own this screen and doing our work. Learning immensely, but the connectivity with the society is, we are losing. And that's why, my dear educators, sometimes we really get to know very hard um, news about young suicides. Why it is so? Because the resilience is lagging. What is resilience? the ability to bounce back. The child should know that every time I fall, I will get up. Okay, that bouncing back is needed. And that resilience, that collaboration will come only when we take them out of the classroom and we give them that learning is beyond the textbooks. Beyond this, also there is learning. So that is, and Abhishek sir is writing, HP is also calculating height, weight, keeping a record of their class, calculating body mass. Yes, you can take them out and do that part also. So they can do it for themselves and others and match. And that's it. So here I would like to know that is there any question in right now, or should we go ahead?
I think we can go ahead. We'll take questions after your session is over.
Okay, because I saw something written that 5 minutes left. So
No problem.
okay. Now, so we have done three things till now. One is education through monuments. Second was the gallery walk. Third is the nature walk. The fourth one that comes here is, I'll come to you, Abhishek sir, about the time constraint. No problem, because he's writing about this. So next thing is using performing arts for studies. Has anyone tried a dance for teaching them how the motion of molecules, atoms, or maybe that the three collinear point, the three non-collinear points, how they will make a circle. So all that can be done through dance also. And they can nowadays students really love to make some rap music. So if you tell them to create a rap music for let's say photosynthesis, in our school they are doing wonderful raps for and it has become a trend now that ma'am, I have created a rap for mathematics, one particular topic. So it is really interesting, and we should explore the art integration thing that has come up is really making teaching learning process very good. And now I'm in between, I will talk to, because Mr. Abhishek was writing, like if we do so many things, then how will we finish our syllabus? There's a time constraint. Time constraint comes, sir, when we do not plan our lessons properly. One thing is that we have to know that whatever activity we are doing, it has to culminate in some concept attainment. Many a times, what happens, we involve the students in certain activities. Suppose I take them for a nature walk. I take them and the students are very happy because they're in the garden, they are running around, they are touching the leaves, etc. They see few things also the teachers showed. And then when they come back home, mama says that how was the school today? It was very good. We enjoyed a lot in the park. But what was the learning? The child is blank. Yes, I saw some butterfly, but the child doesn't know what did that, because after coming from the nature walk, the teacher should give them a worksheet. Every activity that we take, that as teacher, I should know in my mind that whatever I'm doing, in the end, it has to culminate in some concept attainment. I should be clear in my mind. And then I have to do this. If I'm taking them to Qutub Minar, I should know in languages, they'll be able to write letter, they'll be able to write some gratitude letter, they'll be able to write some note making, Hindi, Sanskrit, whatever languages as people are writing. Yes, any language, whatever language you take. Similarly, I should know that in history, they'll be able to learn about the Qutbuddin Aibak's era, or maybe what happened after that. They would be able to learn this much part of the chemistry. And then they do some writing. Then it will not go waste. So whatever I'm doing, even in the playground, if I'm taking them for a play, if as physics teacher, I take them to playground and we are playing a simple game of cricket. When I'm doing the subject of motion, when I'm doing the math into velocity, that is momentum, how momentum helps me. So then I have in my mind, today I'm taking them to the cricket ground, but in the end, my children will be able to write how momentum was affected when the velocity changed, as the velocity changed. So all these things we have to, then if as teacher I'm doing my bit, then I have to love my subject, and I have to love giving beautiful experiences to my students. Then everything is possible. Otherwise, we will keep teaching in the manner our teachers used to teach us, in the chalk and board method. We want to take them beyond this. So we have talked about art integration. Now, yes, ma'am, it is possible. Depends upon the topic, like Kriya learning with action, because nowadays activity. Okay, Kriya is Hindi. Sujata, ma'am, I think you teach Hindi there. So yes, you can do Kriya with when you take them for various. So we have to just know that we are doing. And for this purpose, as the school heads, we have to see to it that there is a collaboration amongst the teachers also, and not only the same subject teachers. There's a collaboration between teachers of different subjects, so that they say, okay, we are going to take and the students for this particular nature walk or something. So what all we can relate with that. And obviously, Abhishek sir, as you were writing, uh, the whole year we cannot take them out. It is only we have to plan it, that every month we can do one activity of such things. So if it's planned, we can do it. And yes, we can teach discipline, no doubt about it. Some ma'am or sir is writing about discipline, unity. There is too many things that we can learn when we take the students out. So please start taking their students outside the classroom boundaries. And even if you are there in the class, then see to it that you are giving them that much opportunities, so that they are able to ask questions and think. You throw such questions to them, so that their mind is outside and is able to think. So that kind of a thing that is what we need. And that is what I wanted, ma'am. The frequency of such classes. Yes, Abhishek sir, frequency, we cannot be doing it daily. We have to plan it. And we have to see to it that you do it once, and then it is followed by an assignment, etc. Anything else anyone wishes to ask me about how to do it? Or someone can also write what they have been doing to take the students outside the classrooms. We would like to know that, what kind of activities you are doing, so that everyone here learns about it. Someone is writing, syllabus can be completed if we can integrate 2 or more subjects and concepts together. When we carry on activity, we will have to plan beforehand. Perfectly right. You have nailed it. That's what I meant. Migration of birds, etc. And in fact, I recently, as Sri Kumar sir said, I received the President's Award on 5th of September. And then on 6th of September, we got the opportunity to meet the Honorable Prime Minister of India and Sri Narendra Modi ji. And the main thing that he stressed upon to us as educators was the same thing that we are talking on, that we have to take the students outside the classroom. It's too much that we have put them inside the classes. You have to take them out. And he also stressed upon one important thing, that we should plan some outbound trips. We should plan interstate trips for the students, so that they know about their India. They know about what is, because many of us do not know even about our own country. In this part, I would like to say one thing. How do we do it in our school? Because many a times it is easier said than done when I have to take the students to some outside, some other state, because it would involve obviously financial implications also. So if I have to take from Gurgaon, if I have to take the students to Kerala, it will actually be a long distance, and it will involve a big cost, and maybe everyone is not able to. Then in that case, we do some virtual trips for the students, where the student, and I'm sure you all must be having through CBSE, through I am from a CBSE school, but others also must be doing that. We have a twinning state. Like for us, our twinning state is Telangana. So when we are doing this, so when we do a twinning state, so we learn, the students learn everything about that, and then we can have some Skype meetings, like this Microsoft team meetings with the students of some school in that city, so that they can share their what kind of festivals they have, what kind of food they have, etc. And so this is another way of taking the students outside the classroom. So though they are in the classroom, but you're creating such an experience that they feel outside. So that is also I wanted to say.
How do we implement this experiential learning? We have this lack of time. The resources is also another issue. And then, of course, there is technology availability. Again, that is also a concern, because how many people can afford that? So these are the questions that come up. And also the critical thing about evaluation assessment of experiential learning, which is different from maybe the usual classroom evaluations that we do. So how, as an administrator, will you be handling this uh, in the school scenario?
Okay, that's a question for me.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, fine. So as there was a similar query was there from one of the audience also, Mr. Abhishek had asked me that how do we take care of the time constraint, and then also because in the end we have to prepare them for a public examination also. So we have to see to it that both the things are done. So here, as I said, planning well, and also keeping in mind that whatever experiences I'm bringing to the children, in the end, I should give them some assignment and activity. So the activity that I am planning should have a proper engagement, where the thought about culmination into a concept that is there in the syllabus is also there. So this for this, obviously as teachers we have to do some research. We cannot do it just that we just go into the class, because simple chalk and talk method is easy. You know the syllabus well, you have been teaching that for let's say 5 to 10 years, so you don't have to plan anything. But here you will have to plan. You'll have to plan your visit, where you're going to go, take them, what kind of gallery you are going to prepare. Through this gallery, are you going to teach them the Mughal era or the nationalism in India? So, in the history, for history, gallery walks really work very well. So, and after that, because after finishing the gallery, the children have already done the research, and then you are giving them the question answers that are there at the back of the exercise. So they'll be doing all that. So here I have to do some research that in the end, my children should be able to learn this much, and I have to do it. So, and as I said, it is not daily that I'm taking them out, or daily I'm taking them out for a dance or a music room or a drama room. But if I have planned it well with the help of my school head, then we'll be able to do it very well. And we have been doing it in our school. So this is what I wanted to say. And especially till grade 8, there should be as many experiences. Till grade 5, as many experiences that you can give. And slowly, as we prepare them for the public examinations of grade 10, 12, and now you never know, that will also change a bit how the education system is changing. So that will come up. Skills are to be taken care of. We have to see to it that it is more than just rote learning. The students learn about the skills. And when I say skill sets, skill sets are the most important thing that any individual can have. If I'm able to speak today in front of so many audience, it is a skill set that I've acquired, that I'm able to comprehend, to just bring my words together and communicate well. So that is a skill set that I have got it, or most of the teachers have had. So without skills, we are like a pizza base, which is tasteless, like a piece of bread. But each skill set that we add, it's like whether you want to add some cheese and some whatever toppings, onions, or whatever is of your liking, some oregano, etc. So that is, each skill set is like that topping which makes that pizza tasty, which makes you more acceptable in the, maybe in the job market or in the society. So when we talk about these skill sets, so like relationship, managing relationships has become such a big thing these days. So that is a skill, how to communicate, how to manage my emotions, and also listen to, see to what others are thinking. So being a good listener, that is a skill set. Besides these life skills, the other skill sets would be your skill sets with your hand, etc. So we have to see that whether we are giving those skills to the students, that is needed.
And also in this AI era, they also need to know how to use this AI tools.
Correct. Wonderful.
So,
So this was, sorry for cutting. Yeah, please.
okay,
Okay.
so how do we incorporate that in the this curriculum, and so that they in today's world they need to collaborate and also learn how to develop some skills which the AI tools don't have. So that is also
Correct,
important. Yeah.
correct. Wonderful. That is actually, that was also there in my mind, that I have to touch upon AI, because many, we are reading so many articles, etc., that with this AI, will the teachers will become redundant, or what all jobs will become redundant, etc. So, but with this AI, I should know how to ask a question. So, my dear educators, please see to it that in your class, your students are able to ask questions. They are coaxed to ask good questions. Ask questions which will fetch them the answers that they are looking at. Because AI will be able to give only that much of answer what you ask. If you ask a good question, it will give you a good answer. Otherwise, it will not. So grammatically, it can correct you, or but the creativity you have to bring. Maybe you are not able to make a complete passage, but when you creatively, you know that you are going to add these points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you tell, ask the AI or the chatbot that please make a paragraph using these all these words, then it will be able to do. Otherwise, it will give you some stale topic that someone else must have used it. So that creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication, that these are the must needed skills that everyone should have in the 21st century, because rest, the AI and is taking care.
And also, when you talked about experiential learning, you said that there should be collaboration between the teachers. Now,
Correct.
all the subjects are treated as silos. So, I think that is a major change that has to happen. So,
Correct.
what is your take on that? How?
Correct, sir. And that's what we have to do, because if, as we just said, that when we are taking them for a nature walk or something, then I should know that I'm not only teaching them biology. With that, so it will only happen when in the beginning of the session, like our sessions for us in North India, the session starts in March. So, and so January, February, we should be sitting together to know that what all topics we can collaborate together, and we should plan our trips in January, February, when we are writing our curriculum, and curriculum diaries are written. That's how we do it in our school. So at that time, we should know that what all experiences will we bring to the students, and when we give this experience, what all topics I'll be able to. So I would just suggest that you make a flower. So you just said in the middle of the flower, you say, okay, I'm going to do some carpentry activity. Okay, so with this carpentry activity, what all things I will do? So one is the skill. They are learning how to manage the tools. That can be done only with the senior students. But with the carpentry activity, will I be able to write some English, the note making, etc., that are there in that subject? Will I be able to do some calculations about the questions of mensuration of mathematics, and maybe the from where the wood has come, the geography, if it is there in the syllabus? So then that we have to see that how we do it. But yes, for that we have to. And for this, I would also like to reiterate that teachers have to sit together, and then there has to be a vertical and horizontal mapping. When I say horizontal mapping of this concepts, that means horizontally in, let's say, if I'm talking about grade 6. So what the teacher of mathematics should know that what all is being taught in science or social science, and so and English, so that they are able to think about it. And vertically, when I'm teaching mathematics, then vertically down in classes second, third, fourth, fifth, what all the child has already learned, and what the child is going to learn after class 6. So even a class 6 teacher should not be concentrated only for a class 6 syllabi. Vertical mapping also the teacher should know. Then only the teacher would be able to think that what I'm actually preparing my child for. If I'm teaching them simple multiplication, plus and minus, then what all how the child is going to use it. So this kind of the subject wise departmental meetings, and class wise subject wise meeting, also both are required.
There was one question also related to how this can be implemented in early learning stage. So do you have any ideas on that?
So early learning is the most beautiful stage for a school, I would say, because and now we say that because all the skills, they can be learned through activities. Simple, if I'm talking about writing, so writing in sand, so that because their fine motor skills are developing. So instead of making them hold a pencil, if they are taken out and in a sand pit they are writing their letters, etc. So that will actually help them. And through when it will also help them in collaboration. And Miss Kavita is raising her hand. Maybe she wishes to ask. So early learning, there's so many things that you can do. You can do counting. You can do language. There are endless opportunities that you can do outside the classroom. You can do volumes, water measuring, playing with water, playing sink and float. There's so many things that they learn outside the classroom. Yeah.
I think Kavita has raised a hand. Would you like to ask?
Yeah, Kavita ma'am, you can unmute yourself maybe if you wish to ask something.
Okay, so another concern is that our present system is still rote learning based. So they have a lot of content to study and then write for the exams. But experiential learning is something which will remain. I mean, they don't have to struggle with the content, and they will enjoy the learning process, and maybe they will remember this because our experiences are stored in our memory in a much better way than semantic learning, where the things are quite abstract and you are forming some, trying to make some meaning out of what you haven't seen or heard. So that is totally different.
Correct. So like riding a bicycle, learning by theory, or learning by falling 3 times and then getting up and pedaling it again. So once you do it, you experientially, you never forget it. Even after 10 years, if you pick up a bike or a bicycle, you'll be able to ride it, because now your mind, body, and soul has learned it. And for all those who go to the kitchen, you learn it the experiential way, that how much salt is to be put in the vegetable, in how much vegetable. So that is experiential. Otherwise, like the other day, my daughter said, "How do you know that for this much vegetable, only this much salt is?" So it is experiential. So then it comes automatically. So when you and as Gandhiji said, head the education through head, heart, and hand. So when you do a cognitive, psychomotor, when you touch all the domains, cognitive domain, psychomotor domain, and the affective domain, the heart, then that is the true education when it stays. Otherwise, you are just focusing on the cognitive. Okay.
So, and in your experience, how do children take this experiential learning? Do they enjoy it? Do they?
They really enjoy it. Like as you're saying, I just remember activities from like physics and chemistry, because I'm a science person. I teach science, chemistry. So suppose I have to teach friction. So here I'm just giving you an example that how to manage your class, how to manage your classroom through one class activity. So here, as a teacher, maybe I thought that I have to teach friction today. So what do I do? Previous day, I tell the students, making a group of 5, or maybe in your classes you can already make groups of 5 and tell them, especially 5 till grade 8, they really enjoy these things. Tell them to give some names to their group, like they come up with beautiful names like the Bhim group, or the some Ponsi girls or Powerpuff girls, etc. So they give some wonderful names to their groups, and then you say, okay, tomorrow we are going to teach, we are going to learn something new. You don't have to tell that I'm going to teach friction. We are going to learn something new. So Powerpuff girls, you are going to bring, let's say, some few things like some marble or some stones, and some and other team say, you tell them, you bring some cloth, silk cloth, and some rough cloth, etc. So you give the task to the various groups. The groups will, and this will be a rubric. You can also see that how responsible the children are, whether they remember what the teacher has given the instructions, and they bring it. After they bring, then they collaborate. Those who have brought the silk cloth and the marbles, then they distribute amongst themselves, and then you give them the task. That now we'll see that how much time a marble takes to travel on a silk cloth, how much time does it take to travel on the rough, maybe the woolen thing that the child has brought, or a jute cloth, and the thing. So marble hai, then you can have some rough cube or a rough stone, etc. So this will teach them and after that they prepare a table and write their experiences. And now after this, when they write their experience and calculate the time and distance, sara topic aa gaya. They have learned friction, they have learned the distance and time. And if the teacher wants, they can also draw a graph of how much time and distance graph also they can do. So it all depends upon you, my dear teachers. You only have to be creative yourself first, and you can bring these experiences. There'll be no dearth of experiences, and you will be able to finish your syllabus also in time. I'm 100% sure.
Yes, Purnima Arora has said that she has taken children to the garden, and that gives a sensory feeling, touching of grass leaves and tree trunk. And also Shalu Jain has written about photosynthesis song her children has prepared. I think,
Okay.
yeah.
So people are doing all that.
Yeah.
And as Purnima ma'am, that means she must be teaching some early years, as
Yes.
you were asking. So early years, they can be taken. So say all the sensory experiences they will get. Like simple things, we tell the parents that don't just keep your children to glued to some game, etc. Take them to the sabzi mandi. Take them to the vegetable market. They should be able to touch the bitter gourd. They should be able to touch the bottle gourd and say, this is rough, this is smooth. So these sensory experiences, and they are learning the language. They're learning smooth, rough, long, short, etc. So this is how, and this obviously will stay.
Ultimately, what you are trying to convey is that it improves the perception of the children, the sensory perception, aesthetic perception. They, yeah, when they go and visit these monuments, that aesthetic perception gets improved, and they understand systemic perception. So all these perceptions are kindled in the child.
Yeah, we have to take them out of the classroom so that they are able to enjoy the beauty of nature. They're able to enjoy and have gratitude about what all is there around. Sorry.
Okay. And also thinking skills. Along with that perception, thinking skills also get improved in this process.
Correct.
So, in a nutshell, I think we'll conclude this because we have already crossed that limit. So, in your view, what is the state of experiential education in India today? I mean, now that's being actively talked about, and of course, there are a little bit of challenges that all the people have raised. And this is we are still new to this experiential learning. So there might be some resistance from parents also because parents still think in the old way because they need to their child to learn a lot of things, amass knowledge. So that will also be a tough part on the school administrator's side. So how do you visualize the future of experiential learning in India?
So actually, they say old habits die hard. We have learned one way, no doubt about it. And the parents, like I remember my father would say that I used to, we used to recite the tables of 2.5, 1.5, 1.15. You people are not able to even remember till 20. And now, if we talk to our students, they may be also doing even lesser than that. We try to tell them that this much rote is necessary, that they should know the tables. But uh, now, slowly, the way we are learning, we learned is very different from what the students are learning today. And now we know that we are not preparing the students to be clerks as was required in the British era when we were. What I was saying was that yes, it is different, and uh, we are slowly getting into this way of experiential learning. In cities, it is easier because parents are reading the various educational implementations that are coming up, and they are also realizing. But we do get parents who come to say that when I was, when my elder one was growing, then they knew all alphabets till Z in LKG, and now they do not know this. So all such things do come. Then we have to counsel the parents. We should know what we are doing is correct, and it is according to the NEP 2020. Because one thing that we have to know, that we have to prepare our children for life. We have to prepare our children for the uh, world of work, which we also do not know what kind of jobs will be created after 10 years. The jobs that are here today will not be there after even 5 years. So, and what will stay is the skill and the motivation to learn new skills. That is what will go. And this is what I would urge all the teachers, educators, keep learning new skills and see to it that your kids, your students also do that. And these new skills will come only when they do go via the experiential learning way rather than the rote learning of only the question answer where the teacher dictates the question answer and the child learns and vomits it on the examination day. So that's from me. Thank you so much. we are forgetting that all this is done only in public schools, private schools. But what about the students of remote areas, government school? Are they getting these exposures? So the exposures are to be given by the teacher. The experiential learning things, when the starting was bring them back to nature. It is always already there in nature. The monuments are already there. It's only the thought process of the teacher which can make the difference. So with me, when we got this award on the 5th of September 2024, there were many government school teachers, in fact, more government school teachers, because the government of India also encourages them. From CBSE schools, we were only two of us. The rest of the teachers were all from government schools. And all of them got award because they were going out of the class to do something. They were teachers who were using paid media to teach. They were teachers who were using puppetry to teach. They were teachers who were doing botanical gardens, etc., to teach not only one subject, others, and that's why they got the award. So you all also can try. And experiential learning is not about resources; it is about being resourceful. It is being as a teacher being versatile to use whatever is available.